Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head. It is Tuesday night, the night before I go back to work, so I'm getting ready to plan out my week of short runs. And I thought today, if you saw the uh, description, or not description, the title of this video, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be working on building over the next couple of weeks, um, and why. Both of them revolves around the Rifter and the Incursus ships. The Rifter being a Minmatar ship, and the Incursus being a uh, wait, Rifter. I am sorry, a Rifter and a. I was just looking through these real quick. Blah blah blah. Not an Inquisitor. I don't want an Inquisitor. Bah. A Punisher. Rifter and a Punisher. Uh, why would I do this? Um, the uh, it's going to help me on my basic flying, and I'll do a comparison of the two and why I haven't chosen other ships to work with on my next level of flying. But kind of the idea is I'm picking two ships that I can slowly build, and as I am building those ships and outfitting them, I can do some videos as far as basic why I'm choosing different modules for a specific tactic. Um, and then maybe getting some different types of fights. So I'm not just constantly rolling out there with a slasher or a rifter or all the time. It'll give me some more options, but it won't be hindered by my skill abilities. That's why I was really focusing on this one. So, new coffee mug. Actually, it's not an old coffee. It's not a new coffee mug. I actually got this on my trip. It's the first time I've ever used it. So before I get into that, uh, two updates. One's a hint. One is a new thing that I've been doing. The first one is revolving around the coffee mug. Actually, that'll be the second one. The first one should be Eve related, so that should be interesting. This is so small, but it made a huge difference in my life as far as my Eve game. If you've ever watched my videos before, one of the guys in the comments pointed out to me that you can change to dark mode in Dotlan. And so I have switched over to dark mode. This is dark mode. This is light mode. Um, and if you said in the top left-hand corner, oh, what in the world is that? Go away. Basically, this is light mode, and then up here at the top, you can click on dark mode. I'll switch over to dark. It's kind of prettier. I find it easier to see the pictures. But then, and it's just these two buttons here up the top left corner. Notice I've got this window here at the bottom where Dotland gets their advertising, but they've already got advertising going on over here. So I don't mind them making their money, but sometimes it gets annoying when I'm trying to make videos or I'm watching things to push that thing down all the time. So I clicked on this one here, the in-game browser theme. And if you click on that, it basically will bring up the actual map itself. The only thing that you want to be careful of is um, you cannot scroll this map. You have to actually click and move it. But I actually really enjoy this map a lot better. It's a lot easier for me to use. So if you use Dotland and you've never, I love it and those buttons actually change in the Eve in-game browser theme down here. They move from the top to the bottom. But it's so funny sometimes. It's the smallest little thing that makes your life a little bit more interesting. So that is not my hint of the day, but my update of the day. You'll see a lot more of that, I think. The second one being uh, is I learned how to make a new. Let me make sure I got this here. You saw my mug. Now I have my Eve Online mug up here. That will be back soon. But I had never, the reason why I'm drinking out of this mug is I had never used this mug before. And I know you guys don't care about this, but Uh, the first time ever, I just purchased this thing here. Haha, I don't know if you can see it. This is, and I've been reading up on this whole thing. You know I love coffee. Um, this is a pour over coffee. You basically put the filter in here and you slowly pour coffee over the top of it. I watched a bunch of stuff on it and it's a little bit slower. Man, good stuff. I'm still going to do my drip coffee for my morning coffee in the morning when I don't have the time before work. But when I want to sit down and enjoy and relax, bam, I'm going to be drinking that. So if you want to check it out, it doesn't have to come in there's other different forms of the pour over coffee method. But if you're a huge coffee fan nerd like I am, dude, and I had this pour over probably 7, 8 years ago on a trip to Arizona where I got. Uh, where are you there? Well, here's my Eve mug. That's my Eve mug. Haha! You've seen it before, you'll see it again. Front and center. But then, over here, there it is. It was my first mug I ever collected. And this is from a coffee shop in Tucson, Arizona that is now defunct. I tried to find it online. Best coffee mug ever, other than the Eve coffee mug. Um, I only use this for really special occasions. And then this mug here, I just got on my last trip to when I did that road trip a couple months ago, and I got it at the Will Rogers Museum in my old hometown where I grew up in Claremore, Oklahoma. And it has a quote on it which you cannot. Maybe you can read it there. And is it readable? It's so small. It says, "I love a dog. Uh, he does nothing for political reasons," and that is a quote from Will Rogers. "I love a dog. He does nothing for political reasons." Um, that is so true in my life. I actually recently quit Facebook to stay away from. I'm so tired. We have 7 days till politics is over in the United States. I don't know how it is, how you guys get through it in other countries, but man, I'm so tired of any political ads or signs. They're so negative. Back to Eve. I hope that didn't slow you down there. So, um, today's just going to be an informational video that I'm going to be setting up. Now, I am in my slasher here, but what I wanted to show you was why I've chosen to use the Incursus and the Rifter. I use not the Incursus, the Punisher. I got Incursus on the brain, the Punisher, and the Rifter. So, let's just go ahead and pull up. Now, you know I've already, though I got my first kill the other day, my first win, not kill, win, in Eve in a Rifter. And we'll take a quick look at it. And what I'm trying to look at is how can I transition over a long period of time from one ship to the next ship to the next ship without um, uh, having to wait for my skills to catch up with me, or at least to get to what I need very quickly. So if I went from a missile-based ship to a hybrid gunship to a laser-based ship, I'd have to work on those skills plus the actual ships themselves. The reason why I'm going from going to be using a Rifter and a Punisher, got it right this time, is I don't have to do too much there. Now, I have a level 5 skill of flying Minmatar ships. In the last 3 days, or 2 days actually, I was able to skill up to level 4 in Amarian frigate ships. This is really freaking good coffee. So the drop off is not that huge, and the reason why I chose the Punisher was I don't have to focus on upgrading my gun skills in energy weapons. I can still use um, Gatling, use projectile weapons. So, and I'll show you why. So, if we look here, we got the Minmatar Republic, and we're going to just look at the Rifter. It always pulls up that bottom one first. Stop scrolling over. So if you notice, the Rifter gets you a 5% bonus in your projectile turret rate of fire. It also gets a fall off bonus. So those are two bonuses, and they're pretty big per skill level. And so I can fly the Rifter and really work on my rate of fire and how much damage I'm doing there. Now, if I scroll over here, and there's a lot of different link ups like this that you can do, I think, and I think this is a natural progression that you can do. If I look at the Punisher here, I get a reduction in small energy turret activation cost, and a 4% bonus in all armor resistances. So, if you remember correctly, or not correctly, if you remember, the Rifter that I was flying was armor based. With the Punisher here, I'm gonna get armor resistances bonuses to it as well. Now, the bonus to the small energy turret activation cost, while cool, is not that big a deal if I use projectile weapons, or this is my thought, because projectile weapons don't use hardly any energy to activate, where energy weapons do. So that bonus, while I'm not getting a bonus for it, I'm not really getting a negative on it. The other part being, and I'm just going to pull it up here, we're going to do a compare. So compare you and you, and then we'll go back over here to the Minmatar. And we're going to do a compare there. So we got the two ships. The big thing here is while the Rifter is going to get me that projectile rate of fire bonus, I'm not going to, it has, and the Punisher doesn't. If I scroll down here to, where are you there? I think it was down. Oh no, I gotta scroll a little bit farther here. There we go. Here's the big one, high slots. So the Punisher has 4 high slots. The Rifter only has 3. So I'm able to put an extra item in the top slot. Now, also, if you look at the turret hard points, this is very important. Even though I might have 4 high slots, I also have 4 turret hard points for this. So that is a definite bonus. I can throw on an extra gun onto this ship, if possible. We're going to see, I haven't fitted it out yet. But this is why I'm actually going to be working with this, because while I'm not getting that rate of fire bonus off of the Rifter, I do get the extra slot at the top for the gun. Now let's look at all the slots and see whatever differences there are here. So I'm going to go ahead and go. Hard points are gone, medium slots. So we've got 5 and 4. So 5 low slots for the Punisher, 4 for the Rifter. Then we've got 2 medium slots for the Punisher, and 4 high slots. So in reality, if you look at this, the Punisher gets 1 extra slot, which is that extra gun that I can throw in there, which mitigates the rate of fire bonus. Now, I'm sure there's other reasons, other things that will balance this out because they're very similar level of ships, and CCP is very good at that over the years. They've been able to adjust things. The one major that I'm looking at here is that the medium slots here, only 2 slots. So I have to use the first one to tackle a ship, and the second one most likely, if not definitely, propulsion. So I'm not going to be able to use a web of fire that I had on the Rifter. So I'm not going to be able to slow somebody else down, but I am going to be able to tackle them. The one bonus is I get one extra high slot than I do the Rifter. So I could actually throw in another gyro stabilizer. I could throw in some more tank, something along those lines. Maybe I speed my ship up so that it mitigates the fact that I can't slow somebody else down. That sounds weird. I don't know. This is definitely going to be a big, whoa, wait, I'm sorry, 5 and 4 low slots there. High slots were 4 and 3. So still, you get that one bonus there. So we're all good. So what I am going to do over the next couple days is start working on building out my rifters and killing a bunch of PvE ships and melting stuff down. I have actually thrown a couple skill points into laboratory, um, being able to research blueprints and being able to make more items. Now I just have to upgrade. Now, one other thing that I wanted to show you guys is I while I said I've moved to Ulfheim, which I did, I'm not going to be spending hardly any time there. I don't really think I'm going to have a specific place I'm going to be living in. I'm going to be moving around a bit, but I'm going to be in a general area. This is just from living around here. To give you an idea, right now I am in Coronim, I think, and this is perfect if you, for the way I like to scavenge and get items and then try things out. Um, right here is Coronim, and it is in a Mars space. Even though the Bleaklands is faction warfare, this is considered a Mar, which I think the Blood Raiders are here. It's one of the two groups. But I can kill a different type of NPC, so I can get different salvage, that sort of thing. Then if I just jump right across into Heimatar, right here, I'm right near Amamake, where I have been. Um, and I'm right near my uh, temporary home base right here. But I can spend a lot of time between these two areas, this and the Bleaklands, just bouncing back and forth, looking for opportunities, not only for PvE, but also for PvP. Um, because I've got Amamaki right there, but I've also got a connector system between the two. If you notice here, there's 10 people in system. So I'm looking at more interesting areas. Uh, the last but not least thing I'm waiting on is I'm interested to see what happens with the whole faction warfare updates. I think they just did a patch today, but I haven't read up what it does. Um, and uh, I think next week either Uprising comes out or part of Uprising, the big update that's coming through. So I'm very interested in that. While I'm not going to be involved a whole lot in the whole faction warfare part of it, as far as uh, being a part of that, because I'm still learning, um, I will be in that general area. So if I see something that's going on, maybe I can do some videos on that and stuff. So just a general update tonight, and what I'm looking forward to in the next week or two or 3 or 10. But other than that, I'm going to go out and kill some more stuff and hopefully not get killed myself and start building some ships to get blown up a little bit more. But hey, that's all I got for tonight. You guys, I'm going to grab some more of this coffee here. But fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however that you want. And I will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye bye.